Hello, this is Trevor Lewis, and this is another video from the Voyager Middle School STEAM Lab. Today we're doing coding, and we're using Scratch, and I'm going to show you how to incorporate sounds into Scratch. So we've got a basic Scratch window open. I went to the sound section of blocks, and I've got only a few, and one of them is start sound. And you can see I've got only one sound built into my cat right now, or I could record my own sound, but if I play it, plays a sound. But then I also have this play sound meow until done. And a lot of my students will mix these two things up, but they are very different things. So let me show you why. Let's grab some code real quick here. I'm going to do a repeat 10, and I'm going to do a turn. We'll turn 36 degrees. So we'll go all the way around in a circle. So you already saw it because it kind of just happened when I was not paying attention there. But this one plays the sound and spins at the same time. This one plays the sound and then spins. So what's happening here is the code is stopping on this block, and it does not continue on until the sound is completely done playing. For short sounds, it's not a big difference. For long sounds, it can be a very big difference, and sometimes, especially if you have a forever loop where you're checking to see if something is true, or if this is inside a loop, that iteration won't restart until the sound is done, and it will really change the way your game plays. So if you're having that delay and you don't want it, you probably want to just start the sound and then move on. So, but that meow sound is fun, but that's probably not the only sound I ever want in the whole world. So that's what this other sounds tab is for. So I've got this meow sound, and I can record a sound, and I can change the sound. I've got all sorts of different sound things I can do here. You got a little visualization of what the sound looks like. You can play the sound, and you might get a little sick of the sounds that you put in your game. So, be careful with your sound design. But you can also add new sounds. So I can record a sound, I can grab a surprise sound, I can upload a sound, but there's a whole library. So if you go to choose sound, this is a little bit tricky because as you move, you don't even have to click on anything. As you move your mouse, it previews all these sounds. Now, one thing you can do is you can come up here and you can filter down to just like, let's just look at the effects. Now, one of the problems with start sound is if you have it conditionally happening and you have got a long sound, like that one's pretty long. So I click on it and now I've got that sound. So now all of my sound blocks will have that as an option. So let's say we have this in a conditional statement. So we'll grab a forever loop, and I'll just show you this problem. So if I put this in a forever loop, that's pretty unpleasant. It doesn't sound like the thing I wanted even, because what I actually might want if I was putting a sound in a forever loop is I want you to play the sound over and over again. Well, this starts the sound over and over again. This would play the sound until done and then do it again. So you might use that for music. So that's a little bit about sounds. So hopefully you can add sound design to your games. Sound design can help train your students, or not your students, I'm sorry, your players to know how to play the game without explicit instructions. We call that onboarding a player. So because there's a positive sounding sound or a dangerous or scary sounding sound, you can tell whether you're winning or losing at the game without somebody saying, the point is to do this. So sound design can create a feel for the game. It's a real important part to making your games a little bit more whole and complete.